Hey everybody, Jared back again, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the stock apps and widgets on the Sony Xperia ZL. I know some of you guys have always been interested in the different applications and widgets that do come stock with these devices, so here we are. Now, of course, a lot of these applications are going to be, mobile carrier for injected applications such as 100% HD games and Bell RDM, and we'll kind of go on from there. Anyways, we're going to start out with the alarm clock. So as you can see, we just basic alarm clock here. I do like the UI that they do have to offer in this particular device here. It's a pretty sexy little UI. Of course, we have our gallery here to select your pictures. Of course, you can also make some different albums, connect to Facebook and Picasa and so on. Go ahead and back out of there. We've got our backup and restore options. No backup and restore to a cloud. It's basically local storage or external SD card. Bell RDM, obviously carrier injected for applications. Stock browser. Here's your calculator if you're interested in looking at what that looks like, seeing what that looks like. Calendar, yeah, pretty basic there. Of course, we've got our camera application, which generally takes, if the phone's been asleep for a little while, quite a bit to start up here. And I was actually quite disappointed with the lack of settings that we've got in this apparent premium handset from Sony. So that was a bit disappointing. Go ahead and back out of there. We'll be doing some more tests on that down the road. We've got a Google Chrome, which comes stock with the device, which is nice to see. Of course, we have our contacts app manager here, dialer, favorites, and of course your contacts right there. Backing out of there, we've got our downloads, pretty standard there, as you can imagine. Email, Evernote, Facebook. So Evernote, that's kind of cool. We're seeing that coming in stock on a lot of devices these days. File Commander is actually your file manager, and it's interesting how they've done it. Downloads, pictures, music, videos, internal storage, remote files. And this is where it says Office Suite down there. That actually changes. Last time I opened it up, it actually said Webster's Dictionary. So I'm not sure if they've got some sort of a special advertising thing set up or not. Moving on from there, lots of different, obviously, as you can imagine, Google applications. GPS Navigator is a Bell Mobility carrier-injected application. Let's Start PSN is basically an application will launch the web browser and, basically allow you to download another application that we'll be showing you later on. McAfee Security, meh. Messaging application, if you're interested in that, of course, takes it right into there. Got some different options along the bottom there. Take a picture right from the application and so on. There's what the keyboard looks like if you're interested in it. Now, the first time you launch the keyboard, there's actually a bit of a configuration wizard that you can go through. There's actually about three different configurations that you can do to set up that particular keyboard. You can add or remove symbols and things like that. So it was kind of an interesting situation, actually. And so far, if you're interested, my experience with the keyboard has actually been pretty good. I'm quite impressed with it. Unlike a lot of Samsung stock keyboards, I did like the Sony Xperia keyboard. Moving on from there, we've got mobile TV again, carrier-injected application, movie studio, pretty stock. Movies. So in here, obviously, if you have different movies, TV shows, things like that set up, you can also, lots of different wireless connectivity applications in this device, lots of different ways to connect to pretty much anything you can imagine. Video Unlimited is actually a separate application, which we'll be showing you in just a moment here. Moving on from there, Music Store, Google stuff, Music Unlimited. Basically launch that, set it all up, and you can start downloading songs and whatnot at premium prices. Neo Reader is basically just a QR code scanner, as well as many other things. It's something I'm probably not particularly interested in. The Notes Taker, it's kind of a sexy little design here. Go ahead and go in there. Pretty basic, as you would imagine, for a notes keeper, taker thing. Office Suite, oddly enough, it comes with Oregon Settler, like they thought that enough people like that game to justify putting it in there preloaded. Phone, Playbook, lots of different Google stuff there, obviously, as you can imagine. Play Memories Online, go ahead and launch that. When I launch it, it wants to take me to the Play Store, but the Play Store doesn't load for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's like needs a software update, but nevertheless, it's just another way of storing all of your memories and things like that. PSM, this is kind of what I was wanting to talk about. This is what that other application launches you into downloading. And this is where, the PlayStation Store, so you can download games and applications. This is actually quite a disappointing application, if I do say so myself. You've got the option of all these different games you can choose from, a lot of which are, relatively expensive. I think I went through every single category, and I've only been able to find about 2 free games. Now, if we go ahead and click on the applications they offer, you'll notice that the only category it's got in applications is audio. We'll click on audio, and we've got 1 application available to download. So huge lack of content Sony's part there, which was really disappointing. It's kind of like, what's the point of that application to begin with? This one I really like. You know, a lot of these 2013 devices are coming out with devices that have IR blasters. So this one, of course, is no different, and we do have a remote control application on this device as well, which was considerably easy to set up with my sort of older, cheaper Insignia branded TV. Go ahead and just launch in there. And of course, every device has some different, you know, remote control configurations and things like that. So this was really cool. Works really, really well. And believe it or not, the IR blaster is located somewhere up here. And I have no idea where it's located. I can't find it, even when I'm shining the light on it. So they've done a pretty good job of hiding it underneath that kind of chrome bezel there, which was pretty cool. Moving on from there, another carrier-injected application, more carrier-injected application stuff, settings, Smart Connect, yet another way to set up different things. Now, Smart Connect's kind of interesting. This is one of those, you know, kind of a per device, per situation based profile type application. So if you plug in your headphones, what do you want to happen? You plug in your headset, what do you want to happen? And so on and so forth. You can also kind of add different devices and different events and things like that to customize it to be your own. So it's kind of an interesting application. A lot of devices I'm seeing that coming with these days. Social Life is just kind of Sony's new application. It'll launch you into the Play Store, and it's just a way to sort of display like your Facebook and Twitter and all that other good stuff there as well. Obviously, you can see it's had over 500,000 downloads, so you know, that's, you know, kind of a good sign that it might actually be worth downloading. Sony Card, this is their application. It looks pretty sexy. Back out of there. If it'll let me, you gonna back out of here? Hello? No, you're not gonna do that? Okay, alrighty then. From there, we've got our Sony Select. So this is basically logging into, you know, with your social network, some more applications. You can't really do much. Now, I refuse to log into it with my Facebook application or with my Facebook account, but there really isn't anything you can do with this, so it's pretty useless to me. Support, Google Talk, Track HD, or IDM, sorry, which is basically just listening to the music that's around you to find out what the track is or who's playing. Tunes and Apps, another carrier-injected application. Twitter Update Center, obviously, for software updates. Video Unlimited is another application I told you we were going to be getting to. This is where you can start downloading movies. But let's go ahead and take a look at the prices. So, Django, let's go ahead, or Django, depending on how you want to say it. Check out the price, $20. And I believe what that SD symbol is for standard definition. I could be wrong, but I haven't been able to find anything that says HD, so that's strange. But they do have a lot of newer movies that you can select from, like Killing Them Softly, one of Brad Pitt's latest movies. You know, great movie, by the way, but, you know, again, $20. It's just, ugh, you know. So pretty premium prices there. Walkman, obviously their music application, some old school name there that we've all come to know and love, at least those of us that were born in the past 20 years or more. Yeah, it's some pretty neat interface. I do appreciate it, that they kind of made it all sexy and modern. It actually came stock with WhatsApp, so I'm really liking that a lot of devices are actually pushing WhatsApp these days as a you know, stock messaging alternative. Xperia Link, just yet another application that Sony's packed into their devices to you know, allow you to connect in more ways. It's actually their tethering application if you're interested in that, but who cares? Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, you'll notice actually that in here, through the app drawer, we can't actually access the widgets. So what you do is go back to the home screen, long press, and this is where you would add things like applications, you know, the different wallpapers that I showed you guys yesterday. We do have different themes to choose from, which is basically just a combination of different home screen wallpapers and lock screen wallpapers. That was kind of boring. Different wallpapers there, as you can see. And we've got our widgets. And as you can see here, we've got sort of an interesting setup. So if you see something that doesn't have that little symbol right there, then that means that there's probably more than one, such as the clocks. Right? You can go ahead and scroll through there. It'll show you how many rows and columns each particular widget will take up. So that was kind of cool. So as you can see, a lot of them are, you know, stock Facebook or stock Google. You got your Foursquare. Things like that. Lots of just Google stuff. Music Unlimited. There's your notes application or widget there. Photos and videos. Pretty basic. We do have our toggles, so go ahead and click on that one. As you can see, nothing really too fancy there. But if you're interested, you can get some power toggles going on in there. And that's pretty much it. pretty much it. Weather widget. Toss you up there. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Stock apps and widgets are on your Sony Xperia ZL. If you like this video, don't forget to click that likes button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Till next time, cheers.